Hi there, it's Jo from Minerva, and I'm adding to our zip series today, showing you how to put in a dress zip. You'll know you've got a dress zip because the zipper pull will be on the front along with the teeth, and the back will be all flush. So this is called a dress zip or a regular zip. You see this type of zip in the back or in the side of dresses. Quite often it can be replaced with an invisible zip if you like that finish, if you've got a really nice fabric and you want to keep it nice and flush. But a dress zip is a traditional type of zip, and I'm going to show you how to put it in. So let's imagine this is the back of our dress. It won't be because I'm using red thread and I'm putting in a blue zip, but I just want to show you on this sample. So if this is the back of our dress, there would have been a notch marking here, a little dot on the pattern to show where to stop sewing to allow room to insert a zip in the seam. It's tempting to just try and pin that in there and think, well, I've got it quite close to the teeth, and you sew it on and you'll be really disappointed with it. So this technique closes up the seam so we can keep that nice and flush, and then we take the temporary stitching out to reveal the zip teeth. So the first thing to do is to line up the raw edges and pin in place. You might want to press that crease back out of your fabric so that it's all lying nice and flat. And with your sewing machine on the longest stitch length, you're going to sew along there with your sewing machine. And it does a machine baste, a machine tacking line for us to follow with the zip teeth. And now we can see that continuous line of stitching. So this is our dress here, and without really noticing, it runs into the zip seam. We're going to keep everything really pressed. So we'll open that out and repress it. Once it's pressed, we've got that continuous line now where this goes from the bottom of our dress through the back, which is the opening. On the wrong side, we're going to put the zip, and we want the zip to be zipper pull and teeth side, right side down. So you should see the reverse of the fabric, the seam line, and the back of the zip. Your zipper pull needs to be near the top of your finished seam line. So I've just marked my 1.5 seam allowance here, which might be a facing, or it might be a binding, or it might be the edge of a collar. So I want to make sure that the zipper pull is going to land at the top of my dress. I'm going to pin this in place from the wrong side. My zipper teeth should be running down the centre of that basted line, and it needs to be the centre so that the little flaps at either side of the zip are equal in size. Now it is time to tack in the zip, because we can't sew this from the right side because the pins are on the other side. If we pin from this side, you can see that they're making the fabric a little bit bumpy, so then that will mean we get little puckers on our zip. So we're going to tack this in place. In real time, that took me 1 minute 48 seconds, so it really is worth just tacking your zip in, because now everything is really secure. The fabric can't peel open from the zip, and your zip can't slide from left to right. Now you can sew from the right side. When you sew a zip in with your sewing machine, you need to sew from the top to the bottom, do a little bar tack, and then come back to the top and sew again with a little bar tack. If you go down and across and back up, your fabric will drag in one direction that way, and then it will drag in the other direction that way, and even all of that preparation that we've done now, you will get a step in your zip, and it's so frustrating because you think, well, I did all the preparation, why is the top not matching up? So you need to be letting the feed dogs and the presser foot act in the same way on either side of the zip. Once you've put your zip in and you're happy with the distance that you've got, you can pull your threads from the back and tie them off and tie a knot. To see if your zip is in working order, you can take out your tacking and then take out the machine tacking, and this you need to do more carefully because this is going to be down the center of your zip. You'll get lots of little hairy bits of thread, but you can pull those out afterwards. And now your zip is functional. It's got the neat line of stitching on the inside, and the zip actually covers the zip teeth. You see sometimes these have peeled apart and you can see the teeth. This would look 100% better if I used matching thread and matching zip, but you can just see the technique here, and then you can get all the little bits of thread out. You can use a little bit of sellotape to pull those, or a lint roller, but it's worth it to know that it was all tacked in place and nothing has moved while you were working. So that is how you put in a dress zip. People ask me what's the best way to put a zip in, and I like to say once. So do tack and do all the preparation before you put in a dress zip, because if you put it in just by pinning and hoping that the two pieces of fabric will meet in the middle, you will get discrepancies and you won't be happy with your zip. Follow today's little process and you'll get a good zip every time. You can check out our other zip tutorials on Minerva, and you can also head over to Minerva and check out our Minerva Makers projects. We would love to see yours too, of course, so do head there and make your free account. Thanks very much for watching. See you again.